Senator Murray.
Well, thank you. Russ Vought has made very clear that as Trump's budget director, he will put everything, as you can see, on the chopping block, from programs that people rely on to the checks and balances that our democracy is actually founded on. In this same role, last time, Vought tried to break the law to give President Trump unilateral authority he does not possess to override the spending decisions of Congress. It defies all common sense and judgment to put him back in the same role, especially when, as chief architect of Project 2025, he has doubled down on lawlessness, charted a blatantly unconstitutional plan for the president to ignore the will of Congress. Not to mention his long history of anti-abortion extremism. This is someone who does not even believe in exceptions for rape or incest or the life of the mother. Given his extremism and his clear disdain for the rule of law, we should not hand Vought power that he has made clear he will abuse to help billionaires get ahead at working people's expense. Yesterday, I asked him directly, will you follow the law? Because even if you disagree with the law, you can't ignore them. Maybe you don't like the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, but unless it's changed or struck down, you still have to follow it. This is something every single American understands, except, apparently, Russ Vought, because the Impoundment Control Act remains the law of the land, and the Constitution gives Congress, not the president, the power of the purse. And yet Russ Vought will not say that he will follow the law. If you're not willing to follow our laws, well, then you cannot be trusted to implement our laws. If you will not commit to respecting constitutional checks and balances, then why on earth should Congress or the American people entrust you with power? Seriously, no senator who believes Congress holds the power of the purse should vote for an OMB director who will not respect the laws that we pass or disperse the investments we as lawmakers have secured for our states. We're not talking about whether or not our constituents have their voices. We are actually talking about whether or not our constituents have their vote and voices heard. We're talking about the most basic ability of Congress to negotiate deals and do our jobs. How are we ever supposed to reach a bipartisan compromise here if Vought and President Trump are just going to ignore any bargain we strike, as the president has already taken sweeping action to do just that? That's not rhetorical. I want an answer. If the president can just decide he won't fund infrastructure programs that Congress funded on a bipartisan basis, how are we going to ever get anything done around here? What are the communities we represent who are counting on these investments going to do? And of course, when we talk about Russ Vought, we're talking about sweeping cuts to programs that people rely on every single day. Because Vought has made all too clear, as OMB director, he won't just draw blood. He will cut programs families rely on to the bone, SNAP, that families that are hungry rely on. A wall of paperwork to cut people off from their health care. Thousands of public servants forced out of roles serving the American people, all while he works with Trump to dole out more tax breaks to billionaires and the biggest corporations. The vision is all out there in public statements and Project 2025. Vought hasn't been secretive or subtle. He wants to ignore the law. He wants to ignore the will of Congress. He wants to ignore the needs of our constituents, and we should not give him that opportunity. I'll be making very clear to every one of my colleagues, especially my fellow appropriators, we need to maintain Congress's power of the purse and our most basic checks and balances. We need to ensure that our communities, Republican and Democratic, are protected, and we need to reject Russ Vought's nomination.